Hi guys, welcome back to my channel at the Crafty Author. I am Anissa, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make this really adorable rag quilt for a baby. And this is what it looks like on the back. This one has been cut and fringed, and I've washed this one twice to start that ragging process. And so I'm going to show you how I did that. And I've made several of these, and normally what I do is I will cut the squares and then I will sew them together and do it that way. But I've seen, so this will be a YouTube, Pinterest inspired rag quilt. So there is absolutely no cutting of the squares. This is just sewing and then just snipping along the seam line. So I'm going to show you how we do this. It's a lot of fun. It's very easy and it is very, very quick. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take our fabric and I am going to press these out, and then I will be right back. Okay, so I have gone ahead and I've ironed our pieces, and I should have mentioned that you're only going to need 1 yard of each fabric. So you're going to need 1 yard for the back, and you're going to need 1 yard for the front. You're going to need a pair of scissors if that's what you choose to use. I'm going to use a rotary cutter and my ruler, which will come in very handy. You are going to want to have some of these Fisker rag quilt snips. It makes it so much easier on your hands when you go to cut the fringe for this blanket. So, and you're gonna need some pins, an iron, and a sewing machine. So all I'm gonna do right now is I'm just going to cut off the selvage edges at the bottom of this. This does not have to be done perfectly because everything is going to get ragged. So I'm just going to take my ruler now and I'm just going to cut off the selvage edge. So my top piece is cut. Okay. I do like to make sure that these two pieces are fairly even. It just makes it a little easier to line things up, in case you're wondering what I'm doing here. And I'm just going to kind of give this a straight cut just to even this part out. I'm not going to take very much off. So now what you want to do is you want to take your backing fabric. This is my backing fabric, and I'm going to place it flat on my mat here. And I went ahead and ironed it in half so that I have this crease so that I'll know where to line my lines up. So I'm just going to lay this out right here. Okay. So nice side to the back. We're not putting batting in this one. Now, there is another way to do that, and I will do another tutorial on how to do it the traditional way. So now I'm going to take my top piece with the little lambs on it, and I'm going to put the ugly side, the wrong side, to the other, to my backing. So you should have on the back, the bottom side, it should have the nice facing it, and on this side, on the top, you should have the nice side facing. So I'm lining up my ironing marks, or my folds here, to make sure that I'm going to get this nice and even. Okay. So now I've got everything lined up pretty good. So now what we're going to do is we are going to take the whole blanket, as you can can see there's the back. And we went ahead and made those ironing marks, remember? So we're gonna fold this in half. And we're gonna line up our edges as best as we can. Remember, it doesn't matter if it's not perfect. So, but what you do wanna make sure is that this fold, that the fabric that's inside, since we folded it, we want to make sure that that is laying pretty flat. Here's where it gets fun. So now I'm going to put a couple pins in here, and I'm just going to do it right here just to hold it in place, because you don't want the layers shifting when you go to sew. I do recommend using a walking foot for this because you are going through multiple layers of fabric. 4 to be exact. You want to sew about a ½ inch down, or you could do an inch. You just want to have about an inch between either your ½ inch to an inch between your needle and the edge of this fabric right here, that fold that we just made. Okay, and all we're going to do is we're just going to start stitching. So we have gone ahead and sewn that line right there, as you can see. All right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take these pins out that we had holding our fabric together. And then I'm going to take a really sharp pair of good sewing scissors, and I got these are new from the Missouri Star Quilt Company on their daily deal. I was so excited about that. So we're going to try them out. This will be the first time I've used them. So you're going to want to, you have this little opening here. You're just going to slide in here, and you're going to see the 4 layers, but what you're going to do is clip. So you should have 2 layers here and 2 layers here. Okay, you see that little hole? So we're going to slide the scissors in there, and we're just going to cut. If you wanted to, you could already start clipping, okay? But normally, I wait until I'm done, but this is how you would clip it. So you would just take it and you would just snip. You want to snip right up to the seam line, okay? But you don't want to snip the seam. So what you do next is, now you see how you have this part, okay? You've got your first seam sewn. Now you're going to flip it over, and you're going to fold it. You're just going to fold it, and you're going to put the raw edge up against the seam that you've already created. I'm going to go over and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to sew. I've gone ahead and I've sewn that one down with about ½ inch to an inch. All right, take these pins out. Again, I'm going to take our scissors, and we're just going to cut right in here. I'm going to stick my scissors right there. So we have another seam that's done. Okay, so I bet you can imagine what we're going to do next. Now we're going to flip to the other side where we don't have this sewn yet. And all we're going to do is we're going to take our raw edge here, and we're going to fold it and meet up the seam that's here, because I'm just using that as my guide. Okay. And I'm going to go and I'm going to sew it. If you wanted to stop here, you could. And you could just rag what you have here, okay? Rag these right here. But I told you I'd show you how to make the squares. And what's really cool about this method is that your squares turn out perfect. So you don't even have to line your seams up. This is really an awesome method. I really love it. I'm so glad I found it. So you're gonna fold it in half now. Okay, we're gonna fold this in half, and you want to make sure that these seams here are flat. So you're just gonna pull them flat. This is so that when you go to sew, your seams they won't be as bulky going over it. We're just gonna sew the 1/2 inch along here and make that seam, and then this will pop up as well so that we can cut and rag. You can see that's popping up now. So now all we're gonna do is just like before. So we're gonna take this, and we're gonna just fold it over. Hopefully you can see this. So we're just gonna fold this over now. We're gonna take our raw edge, and we're just going to match it up with the seam that we just created. Okay. Just like we did with when we first started. Okay, we're just gonna line it up that way. Now we're gonna go back over, sew it another 1/2 inch. So now our blanket is done. We have made all the squares. And what's really neat about this is that they're all even. You didn't have to match anything. It looks perfect. You want to take your snippers, like I was telling you before, and you just want to start giving it a good snip. You can cut them about 1/4 of an inch. You can cut them a little bigger than that, 1/2 inch. You just want to snip. You don't want to snip your stitching line. If you do, you will cut a hole in your blanket. Believe me, I know, I have done it. So it's not fun, but that's what you're gonna just do. You're just gonna rag it with your snippers. Now, the actual ragging process doesn't start until you wash it and dry it. I usually do mine twice, and that really gets that process started. If I'm giving it as a gift, you see the little fringes here. That's what I'm talking about. The little fringes. I don't usually use detergent on mine, just because, you know, people have their preference about washing, but you could definitely run it through a cycle on your washer and then stick it in your dryer. You don't need to use any dryer sheets or anything like that. I hope you like this. I just think it's adorable. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go off camera and I'm going to finish cutting this. I prefer binding, but I don't know. It's not really truly, I guess, a rag quilt unless you fringe it. And in that case, I probably need to go and sew around. So if you're going to fringe it, then you want to sew about 1 inch around your blanket. You want to do a stitch so that when you fringe the edge, it's stable. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with mine yet. We'll see. I will come back after I have fringed it, and then I will make a decision as to whether or not I am going to put a binding on or fringe the edge. I have made the decision to go ahead and rag the edge of this quilt. So I have started doing that, and I'm actually almost finished because I've gone ahead and ragged the whole entire quilt. It only took me probably about 25 minutes to do it. So now we're at the last corner, and I just want to show you how to do the corner. Okay, so you're going to take your snippers or your scissors or whatever it is that you're using, and you're just going to continue to cut the edges that you need to finish up, okay, that are around. Do not cut the seam, but you want to cut close to it. What I like to do is right here at this very sharp corner, I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm just going to give her a snip, and then I'm going to snip on the side of it, on each side, give it a snip, and then I'm just going to continue to finish snipping the others. And I'm coming at this from a goofy angle, so I'm trying to do it so you can see it without my hands in the way. And that's what it will look like. Okay. All right, so the blanket itself is finished. Now it's ready to be washed. This is what the back looks like. As you can see, oh, it's so pretty, I love it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and throw it in the wash, in the dryer, and then I will take a picture of it when it's finished, and I will put it at the end of this video so you can see what it looks like. So, thank you for joining me today for this tutorial. And I just want to say, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have questions or comments, please put them down in the comment section. And you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Crafty Author. I have my very own private Facebook group, The Crafty Author. I have a blog, which is craftyauthor.com. I am an Amazon affiliate, a Dollar Tree affiliate, and also a CRICUT affiliate. And what that means is there's links in the description of this video for items that I use while making quilts on this channel. And so if you make a purchase through any of those links, then I will just make a very small commission off of that. I don't work for them, but I make a small commission. And so I think right now, so far, I have my ruler holders on there. I have my iron on there. My glue gun stand is on there. You can buy a CRICUT machine from there. There's direct links on how to get all that and materials and all that stuff. So if you have a question, please let me know. And I really hope that you like this video. It's tons of fun to make this. I am going to be starting, I believe, an Etsy store. So I will be putting some of these items up for sale in the Etsy store, just because I can't have 5 million baby blankets and projects in my house. I will be donating some to charity as well, but that's just what I'm going to be doing. So once I have that set up, I will put a link down below for that too, in case you're interested in purchasing one of these blankets or any other craft project that we make together. So I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you guys soon. Keep on crafting. Bye-bye.